Good morning, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. We're at 622 Southeast 28th Avenue here in Portland. Checking the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. We have water currently running. We're dropping into a 4-inch cast iron cleanout down in the basement up against the left side foundation wall that's as you face the front of the house from the street. Alright. We're going to zero out here at the base of the access point. Off we go. And we've got some amount of standing water there right at the very start. It's pretty short-lived. We'll give that another look over as we come back out. Alright, we just got to the exterior of the home here. We're probably about 5 feet outside of it anyway. Now we are into 6-inch clay pipe. We do have root penetration, which for clay pipe at this juncture in time is not odd to see that. This pipe here is, dang near 100 years old. Lots of roots, dirt coming. Oops. So that right there is probably the most concerning thing. That may very well be a party line connection there. I'm going to turn the water off for just a second here to see if water keeps going through that or not. It has the appearance that water is coming out of it, but it's hard to say. Sometimes the water will get up into that tie-in. It feels like I got a pretty good gush of water there just a second ago. The way that water's routing through there, that appears to be a party line connection. Anyway, the line is definitely in need of updating at this point. Just about every pipe joint is, if not every single one, is open to the ground, has roots going through it, and or dirt. Looks like the city has updated their end of the line. I would imagine we're probably about where the curb is right now. Alright, and there's our main connection at about 90 feet. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to start pulling back. I'm going to just start my locates at the transition from clay to 3034. But if you've got a party line, depending on where that Y connection is, sometimes that can mean you're redoing the line regardless sometimes. So it really depends on where it's located and what the city thinks. Now my foot counter wigged out for some odd reason. I'll have to go back and review the advance out. Alright, so I'm picking a signal up right about where the driveways meet in the street right now. I put a white paint marking down. I'm not putting depths down. That's kind of a reference marking. This is why I'm going to recommend be relocated. I'm getting some really... The signal's just jumping around a lot more than I'm comfortable with. It could be due to the overhead power lines that are over top. Sometimes you get interference from those things, but that's about where I would expect to see the transition, though, is at the street curb. It's just the exact location of that spot. It may be off, you know, left or right by a foot or so. That's what's more concerning about it. Anyway, and this is one, as far as party line verification goes, that's not something that I do on site. That's, you got to get, you know, a larger block of time. Generally coordinate with the neighbor, make sure they're home. Most ideal way to do it, honestly, is to run a camera from the neighbor's home, just so you can be absolute definitive about it. And watch that camera come through the Y connection. Anyway, I'm going to try and go locate right here and see where we are. Nothing going through it right now, but it appeared when we first were going through here, though, it looked like water was running out of that. Okay, so the neighbor to the right of this home is not home right now, so we can't run water to verify. But either way, the line needs updating. I would recommend having a full service company out that can do both bids as well as do a party line verification. You got to coordinate with the neighbor so they can run water. It's possible that tie-in there could be, theoretically, could be storm. It's the direction it's coming in. As you face the house from the street, the line comes in, that Y comes in from the right. So if it's a neighbor, most likely the house directly to the right of this one. Getting approximately 6.5 feet deep. It's kind of an awkward spot to locate there. So the line's kind of turning, coming back toward the house at this point. And this last, you know, first 5-8 feet of clay, I can't locate. It looks like it's shooting underneath the decking as far as I can tell here.
Especially if it's raining. You can see the summer through that.
Sorry, you're coming home. Sorry, I have a tough day at work. No hot shower for you.
Line's shooting out of the house somewhere around the front right corner. It's a tricky spot to locate because of the bushes and everything right now. Thus far, cast iron's looking good coming back in. Pretty healthy looking stuff there.
In fact, I'm not seeing it over here. I'm guessing this is
We should be right at the base of the clean out now. So standing water's not outrageous there. It's pretty minor stuff. By the time the stack drops in there, it's only having to make its way through maybe 6 inches of pipe with standing water, and it's quite minor to begin with. It's maybe ½ inch or so of water. No major buildup or anything like that. So, highly recommend a full update to all clay pipe. The cast iron's is in good shape for its age, clean, flows well. But again, recommend a full service company come out to do the party line verification in coordination with the neighbor, but also obviously to get this thing bid for a full update to all the clay pipe. After any repairs are done, make sure the line is rescoped to check the work. Whether you go trenchless or not, you want to make sure when you rescope this thing, the line is buried and it's got weight on top of it. You don't want to be scoping a line with open trench or anything, or you're looking at everything in theory at that point.